I started off with Forgotten Freshness 5 because the Juggalo in me, you know, this is my opinion of that album. It's fucking awesome. It's listenable from beginning to end, and I only skipped over a couple of tracks. So, you know, I skipped over way less tracks than I skip over when I bumped Forgotten Freshness 4. And, you know, if you have to judge ICP by their latest release, I'd say this is a fucking step up from Forgotten Freshness 4, even without the Hallowicked bonus disc. There's enough nostalgia here. There's enough funny shit. There's some fresh shit. There's some shit I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I love you, ICP, but you can't force me to like this. You know, like, I don't think you expect me to like everything, and I just do not like that I'm an Alien song. I don't give a fuck who Project Pat is. That beat is so, like, not my style, okay?
I didn't like Mountain Girl. That wasn't that good to me.
Yeah.
It had too much of a country feel to that, but...
Yeah.
I'm an Alien sounded like a great concept to me. I mean, it definitely
ICP's
drove
verses...
me in, wanted me to listen to it, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, their verses were better than Project Pat, but they've always had that comic sound, and who's Project Pat? I guess he's the little brother of Juicy J from 3-6 Mafia.
3-6, yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say 3-6 Mafia has that kind of style, so for ICP, doing a song being an alien is really not out of the norm, but for someone named Project Pat, talking about being an alien, it's kind of like, whatever.
You telling me that the concept for Mountain Girl isn't more in line with ICP style? Talking about meeting this fine-ass mountain girl who leads him on, and then at the last minute is like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually engaged to my cousin, and then all of a sudden, Violent J's got these inbred hillbillies on his ass shooting fucking bullets at him because Jay's, you know, screwing around with his cousin that he's set to marry. That shit's funny, man. Come on.
It was.
The beat threw me off.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I've heard Panic say he's not a big fan of country music because he's had to listen to it. I go through the same shit at my place at work. I have to listen to country music all fucking day. So hearing that country style is kind of like, but like you said, it is funny. The part where he starts running, I do start laughing. So.
Well, think about it. Think about it as a production analyst here. They made that song with Jack White, and from what I remember, there on their Fuse interview video, and from the liner notes, and whenever else I heard them talking about Jack White experience. Jack White was very particular on how they recorded it. He gave them 2 vocal tracks, like as if he made the whole song on a 4-track, and he gave them 2 tracks, and then the other 2 was for his fucking guitars. And that's like Jack White playing. Now, I know it's not your style of music, right? But you can't tell me that shit wasn't fucking ill. If you think about it, that wasn't made with a computer. That was Violent J and Shaggy going like this. All right, my turn. All right, get out of the way. You get in there and rap now. Okay, my turn. Let me get in here. And they were rapping into like 20 microphones all bundled together, and they're all vintage, and all the equipment is like ancient, right? They said it was like worth millions of dollars, whatever, thousands of dollars of like vintage, old school analog equipment. And then for it to come out as good as it did, they still think that their vocals sound muffled. And that just tells you where their standards are as far as quality of music. If they thought that the vocals were muffled on that track, imagine what they thought about the leaked versions of Howard Stern and Mancow. Oh my God, the quality on that, it sounds like they're under fucking water, for crying out loud. But
yeah, you gotta pay respect. I mean, Jack definitely made them work for that collaboration, you know?
And he chose them. Out of all the people to choose, like, not for nothing, he's a pretty well-known superstar. He made a fucking movie with one of the members of Led Zeppelin, and I can't remember the other guy. It's called Turn It Up Loud. I haven't even seen the whole thing, but, you know, that group is like, you know, to me, that's like one of those moments where I'm proud of ICP, you know? I don't know, maybe people today don't give a shit you know, even if you're not a fan of the White Stripes, which I'm not a huge fan of them, but I like their music. It's kind of like when,
songs.
yeah, well, remember when, you know, they got Snoop Doggy Dogg on a track on the Juckle Brothers back in '99? Like, was anybody else, like, happy for them? Like, you know, what about the song they did with Old Dirty Bastard, or, you know,
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, to me, it's like, I love seeing them work with other artists. Now, they go and work with an artist like Krazie, and now I'm feeling like, okay, well, hey, I like seeing them collaborate with people, but if they're going to collaborate with motherfuckers that I don't know, I don't care about, you know, I don't know, like, anything about her except that she's Tom Hanks' niece, and
What?
yeah, you know, these are the few things I know about Krazie. Yeah,
Whoa.
and so, but that song, you know, was hilarious, like you said, with the Richie Valens, and you know, this to me is a refreshing. Shows me that Violent J is still willing to make these silly jokes and be a pervert, even though he's married with kids. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
face
love
it,
it.
ICP always had that flair of being inappropriately sexual in that awkward way. Like, come on, you know I'm fat and ugly, and you know, and I'm just trying to hit it. So, and look who he's stepping to. I mean, this is like a Hollywood mainstream, you know, Krazie, Gucci. His rhymes say it all. Like, he's very clever with that shit. And then he's got Sugar Slam doing the backup vocals, so you know she's down, you know?
Actually, I went into a Dollar Tree I think it was last week. I was going through actually singing that song, and my fiance kept looking at me like, "What the fuck, dude? Shut up!" Because I'm like, I'm seriously going down the aisles like, Krazie. I'm not even kidding, because I just listened to it before I went in, and it like implanted itself in my brain, so I just kept singing it. Fuck it, I didn't.